Hi everybody, it's Rob and we're on to video 4 of the SEO course, and we're talking here about on-page SEO. Now, first up, I need to keep remembering that you guys aren't doing an SEO course to become some SEO specialist or start an agency. You're just doing this course enough to know, in my opinion, enough to be able to kind of keep things on the straight and narrow, keep it organized for your site without having to worry about tiny little details, right? So having said that, on-page SEO has been a subject, a contentious subject, since I started in 2008, and I suspect it was even ongoing before that, although that was called keyword stuffing. But the idea is to set up your page correctly. And it is important. In fact, let's just go back to this. I want to show you something that I said to you already. Sorry. Remember the basics. Research, keyword research, build a site correctly, page layout carefully. There's 2 or 3 things that Google, so let me get off of here and keep on this page for you, that Google absolutely loves right now, and right now meaning the end of 2019, and that is keyword relevance. Your keyword must, and your content must relate totally. Then there's userability or sticky or whatever you want to call it. In other words, when people get that they're doing the actions that they would need to be doing, and they're hanging around long enough and reading the right things and clicking out on the right things, those kind of things, Google has kind of watching out for that. A year ago, 2 years ago, it started. I don't remember when it actually started. It might have been 3 years ago. Social signals were everything. It was like, hey, you could actually rank a page on social signals by simply just sharing it socially enough. And those metrics have gone down and down in relevance in rankings, because what Google are trying to get to all along, and so this is really what I'm trying to tell you, is a real, honest, readable, enjoyable page with all the answers that relate to the subject in the title. Okay, so if you're talking about how to cook, bake bread underwater, you must talk about baking bread underwater. It's total relevance that counts first. Now, having said that, other things over the years have been huge in making pages work and later on wrecking pages. And for example, that's the amount of the times you use your keyword in your page. So I'm going to tell you, let me open this and keep it in order. So let's start. Your content mix must have a mixture of text, images, videos. Okay, I think I told you this earlier. If it's 200 word page, a post, quickie little sort of a thing, a text and a single image is fine. When you get to 500 words, it would be better to have 2 images and a video. When you get to 1,000 words, 2 images and a video minimum. 4 images and a video is okay. When you get to 6,000, you've got to kind of mix everything. It had, all sorts of other things in there. So if you can even, but otherwise just, perhaps even 2 videos or related goodies inside of it, even polls, that kind of thing. Generally, I would be happy with telling you to add frequently asked questions to fill out a long page, because that way you're getting lots and lots of titles. Each frequently asked question is generally a keyword that people are looking up. So all of that, I'm just telling you, keep it natural, keep it normal, but at the same time try to keep in all of these elements in. Incidentally, I'm going to tell you down here, let me just see if I do. Yeah, I do. So your text must be related to the keyword, but don't over keyword it. Just write naturally. Don't think of the keyword. Even I'm going to tell you 1 or 2 things here. Number 1. Number 2 is your images must be correctly done. And number 3 is your video should be on YouTube and should have good description. And you don't just dump it on YouTube and give it a little title. No, you've got to give it another 200-300 words in there, again with relevance, and a link or two even in your videos. You put them into playlists and other things, especially sharing them socially, and those are the kind of things that help with your rankings. But from an on-page SEO point of view, the video itself must arrive onto your page with good SEO in it. Okay, let me close that up. Keyword in the URL, it's obvious, it's your title. Now just on this point, even though it's covered, I cover it in the content creation course, I just want to say that if your keyword is something weird, let's say your keyword is keywords in content, it's this row here, right? Don't just use those 3 keywords, but don't make it 30 words either. So, you know, kind of make it clickable. Think of headlines. Remember, it needs to be something that if people do see you on Google and you've appeared on a page, it's all about attraction marketing. It's about clicking. It's link bait. Call it what you like. But you want people to, when they've done a search and you're on that page, they must think your title is the one they want to click, because it says top 5 keywords in content ideas. How to put keywords in content. Keywords in content explained. I don't know, but fiddle with it. So your keywords in your title, not that I'm talking about here, in your title, is important that your title has the keywords, but the title is still cool. Okay. So, but from an on-page SEO, keywords must be in the title. Yeah, so I didn't realize I'd written that below. My bad. I should bother reading while I talk. Try and keep the URL short, but at the same time make it a sentence. No. Try and keep the URL short, at the same time make it clickable. That's called, by the way, what's it called? Copywriting. Get it right, guys. I'm not so good at it. Right, now, they always tell you to put your keyword in the first paragraph, put your keyword at the end of... oh, wait, does it say so here? Let's have a look. Yeah. Okay, let's say from a keyword in your SEO point of view, put the keyword in your first paragraph. I don't recommend you put it in, even though I'm telling you here, your choice. Vary your keyword. So if your keyword was keywords in content, put it in an H2 title here and say, break it up. So have how to, in other words, you kind of make a sentence out of these 3 words differently, that they're not these 3 words in a row. That's different. But don't keep them so similar that they kind of crop up. Let me get to this down here. So add keywords to the first paragraph or in the title. You've got that. After that, keep it natural as possible, people. It's so important that you don't over keyword your page. And it's tempting, you know, because you don't want to tell them, like, hey guys, today I'm going to tell you about how to do keywords in your content, because keywords in your content is really important, and whoosh, careful. Okay, your images are going to have a complete course, and that involves doing titles, meta tags, image size, the actual size of your image, in other words, half page, quarter page, and then the actual size, the kilobits, kilobytes, megabytes of your. Sorry about those Nazis out there that don't like that. I don't know stuff. My bad. Or care to learn. Or remember, I've learned it many times. I don't care to remember it. So, but anyway, that. So, in other words, if your image is huge, it's going to load your site slow. It's going to be really bad SEO. If you've got 2 huge images on your single page, you might as well phone your opposition and tell them to go ahead and give them all your last few remaining leads. It's massive, your images. So your image description, you can rank for images if you do it right. WordPress media details. Okay, this is on the actual website. I'm going to tell you about that in a second. So There's a whole course on images and how to make them bigger, smaller, where to find them, how to do the meta tags and all of that. You can find that, but it's pretty straightforward. In fact, let me pause this and open an image for you and show you. Okay, now there's the issue of PNG images and JPEG. PNGs do not meta tag easily, but they work better on your website from a design point of view. And JPEG, they work really great for that. And yeah, what can I say? Now, in the course, there's all sorts of things I show you. I just want to show you, if I hover over this, oh, please show it to me hovering. Fine, let me see if I can go to details. Yeah. So, all of these sizes are far too big. These two, that's the one that'll work. So this is the last one that's called web. And by the way, it's called web because I've optimized it. So what actually happened was yesterday, let me get there quickly and show you. This morning, I don't remember when I made it. I think it was this morning. I finished a woodworking page. And I needed an image. So I went to lazy, I admit it. Why waste time when I've wasted time long ago making that image? So I just went to the folder that I had the image in, and I went down there to find an image, and it was going to be the one down here. There it is, you see. Half page, and I needed to put it in there. Now, when I opened these, and I checked the properties, it was like 3,14, it's huge. So I then immediately resized that. Okay, now this one, let's check what it is. Properties. Cool. Okay, it's a JPEG. Oh, hell. Okay, so let me start with a confession. This is do as I say, don't do as I do. But when you get to the details here, yeah, you're supposed to have filled in the title and the subject, given yourself a 5-star rating, added tags, filled in a comment and a link, and applied all of that. Okay, that's called meta tags. And then you put that on your website. That's the right way to do it. Now, also, if you look at this, it's 809 down here, 809 by 615. That's not the correct size of a half a page. It's not too badly out, and again, I'm not too worried. But yeah, can you see? Important images, good SEO page. Oh, I can probably go back to that page and really embarrass myself by showing you what else you're supposed to have done with WordPress media details. Back to here, let's finish this. I'll come back to this WordPress end. So keywords in your content. Now again, we've touched on this. Just honestly take care, people. In fact, try not to think of keywords in your content. I would tell you don't. And in fact, when you're talking about keywords too for off-page backlinks, I'm going to tell you down the line too, but I'm going to tell you again, and it relates to this internal linking here that I'm going to tell you now and find it's there in a second, is don't use too many exact match context keyword lines in your linking. Rather link with variations of your keywords, or let's say you're linking to a page, you want to link with keywords in content, up to the page where that is your keywords in content page, right? So you would say find details for keywords in content here, and hyperlink that whole sentence so that it's more than just right. Page tags, descriptions, etc. Yeah, that's going to come to this page. I'm going to go and show you that in a second. Yeah, so internal linking to and from. On page, you need to have, you see, I don't want to teach you a standard here and then scare you, and then you say, but Rob, you said 3. But let me just say that you shouldn't have a page ever without a link. It should link to your home page, it should link to something that's relevant, any page. And other pages should link to your page if it's relevant, if they relate. And that's important, that they relate. Okay, so that kind of fits into the silo structure. If you've built this pyramid related keyword structure, they kind of should always link up as they go, level by level, because they relate. Although sometimes something in the fourth level can also link to something across on the second level in another category, and then you can do that because they relate. So let's go to my Boston Terrier website example. If I'm talking about Boston Terrier health questions and foods they can eat, I can link from that food to any of the other food pages safely, and I could link 5, 6, 7 times off of that page. I could even put a row of links at the bottom that says related content, Boston Terriers and gut health, Boston Terriers and vitamins, Boston Terriers and meat, whatever it is, and then link those out of there safely enough. But as soon as you start to make it obviously spammy where the links don't relate, Google spots it and you're going to be in trouble. Here's the thing, it's hard to find the problem if you've made a mistake. It's better not to do it in the first place. In other words, don't make a mistake that can get you into trouble. Don't put 30 links into a page, a 400 or 500 word page. Put 3 or 4 links. On a home page, I read once somewhere you can have up to 20 links. I'm happy for them. In fact, go and look at Wikipedia. So, yeah, there we go. That should give you a huge fright. Have I got Wikipedia open? Moringa. Let's just search for wiki. You just have to go in there and look at the amount of links. So it tells you that Google's not terrified of those links. Let's do fibro. Let's try and spell it. It's very hard for me that I've been there. So check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Every one of these. I mean, there's so many links here that you battle to read it. All of these are links down the side. All of these are links down this side. It's enough to make your eyes water. Google doesn't hammer them for it. Google ranks them well for it. But don't use this as an example. Choose your competition. So let's say now, I didn't know that there was this. By the way, I've only had fibro for a year. I didn't know it was also called FMS. I would call the acronym FTS, and I can't say that one out loud. So let's go with paste and search for fibromyalgia. Let's say I want to rank against these guys. So I'm going to eyeball their pages to see how and what they've done to rank. So forget their ad. They don't count the ad people, but whoa, NBC, NHM, this is hectically governmental, which tells you, by the way, that the actual FMS coding is not showing up on all of these. So all the big ones, WebMD, Mayo Clinic. I'm horrified, by the way. These two didn't exist when I was told in 2000 and something to build a huge medical site. Fine. Anyway, so come and eyeball all of these. Pick any one. Let's go to this page. And have a look at what they're doing that they ranked for that page, for that keyword. I love the way they just show these really, really vague pictures all the time. Tender points. So sorry. Check this out. Almost nothing in here as far as content. Seriously? Technically speaking, that's their content. That's enough to make your eyes water. But it tells you, though, that these guys are obviously well established, whoever they were. E-Medicine, Medscape are the people. But it tells you that the actual thing, whoa. I'd love to know how they did this. This is backlinking that's got them. That's exactly my point. So you eyeball it and you realize, wow, I don't need 600 pages. But you might need to throw them into Ahrefs, by the way, and check out their pages. Incidentally, let's go back to here. When I go down to tools, you can go into here and check out. This is analyzing. I was going to tell you pop it into Majestic. So I'm going to teach you how to do that down there. Okay. So let's go down now to these page tags, descriptions, WordPress media details, and talk to you about what that's all about. Let's go and add myself back in to my own page. This is so stressful. Because of the do as I say, don't do what? Do as I say, don't do as I do. Okay, so thank goodness. Let me. Here's my excuse. This page is in the membership site. Google can't read it. But anyway, that's the name of my title, right? So I'm going to copy this just in case because I'm a bit lazy. And I'm going to go down to the part that I need to make sure that I fill every time I publish a page. So this is the important part. If you followed my training correctly, which you should have, please pay attention on how to set up plugins and whatever, you will have installed the Simple Site Builder Simple Silo Builder plugin. And it'll throw up this. But others, stop it. Other plugins do that for you as well. Look at that. I've been busy with this in the last day and before. Why does it keep bouncing on me? Let me just keep it still and leave it until it's finished playing with me. So I don't know what it wants to bounce on me again. So some of the other software plugins will give you this, but you need to have this. So if not, find out which. So your title is cool, starting your own woodworking business. Have I entered a description? No, I haven't. So I'd have to come in here and put in a 140 character description. Do it properly, people. Yeah, whoa, here's the thing too. If you've got a phone number, put it in there. Call me now. And you put it at... Because look at this up here. That's an example of the snippet that's going to appear on Google results search. So I really shouldn't leave that like that. So you would put in a description here that makes it seriously clickable. You would put real keywords in here. Oh, I'm so bad. I'm going to have to pause your video and stop this happening. 1 second. Actually, that push notification just keeps coming. That's Facebook, and they are closed. They just harass me. Okay, so you'd fill this with keywords related to starting a woodworking business. You would have pre-done the keyword research. You would have your keywords ready at any given time. You could come along here and you'd put in, don't go mad, 10 keywords are fine, 10 sets of keywords. There can be 2 or 3 keywords in a keyword, but do that. Okay, so this is huge, your meta information, because otherwise it's just going to show up as a fault. You'll see when I tell you how to do this. The screaming frog will immediately point out to you like, nah, you haven't done your meta tags. Sorry, trying not to make a sing-along thing. Okay, so in this case I've set it for the pro, which means you have to be a member to see it. And so there's other things in here that you have to make sure you've done it correct, and you should set a featured image, which I obviously haven't done. And when you've finished with all of that, then you make sure you find where the update button is and you update it. I hope I didn't do anything bad. Now, there are other more crazy plugins that you could add to do on-page SEO, and for now I'm not going to tell you about them. Okay? Sorry. Quite simply because most of them are bad. I bought them, I tested them. Have they helped me? No, not very much. If you really want to help your SEO, keep this on-page stuff clean and straightforward. Don't fiddle with all of this stuff with a plugin that tells you, oh, you haven't put your keyword in H3 yet. No, rather go out and get a better backlink. So I'm done with on-page SEO, and I did 24 minutes. It's not too bad. I'll be back to talk to you about SEO and backlinks, because this is like perhaps the biggest part of all. Okay, out of here. Catch you in the next video. Cheers.